Hi everyone, I'm Jax from the Amazing Digital Circus. This purple rabbit, or purple hair, jokes around really harshly with all the characters except Kane. I thought in the first episode we saw that Jax could do, but in the second episode he started joking and teasing even more rudely. Oh, well, not exactly. What if I tell you that Jax isn't actually who we think he is? And I suppose that he is actually pretending to be bad. Today we're gonna dig into who was Jax before the Digital Circus. Is Jax really good or bad? And a bunch of other questions. Hi guys, it's me, Rabbit Theorist. So sit back, grab some cookies and tea or coffee. Oh, that's why you wipe. And subscribe to my channel, please. Guys, you'll really help me promote if you like and subscribe. And okay, let's do it. So right, let's talk about Jax. It seems like the whole episode revolves around him, right? When I watched the previous episode, I just knew that the creators would develop his character and show his plans and motives. And guess what? They of course did it. Jax in the second episode got even rougher and his jokes got nastier, and that's what he's remembered for. Jax isn't just some ordinary NPC. He's almost like the main character on par with Pomni. Personally, I feel like with each new episode he's only going to get worse. He's gaining momentum and I don't think he'll stop anytime soon. His jokes will get rougher and rougher and he'll become meaner and meaner. But to me he's one who adds a special interest to the Digital Circus. And without him, it's not as fun to watch, right? And thanks to him, it's impossible to predict what's coming next. And if he hadn't kicked Pomni out of the car back then, she wouldn't have fallen under the textures, would have befriended with the bandit marmot crocodile Gamigu, and then wouldn't have come out of depression. So if we look at it from a different perspective, Jax is actually a good character. So what is he really? Let's try to guess and look at different situations. And there's the bad ones.
So we figured the best way to go head-to-head with them is to give you a war rig of your own.
Ooh, violence.
I think there's no point in saying anything here. It's just the typical classic Jax. Alright, the next one.
Alright, Gangle. When we catch up to him, I'll jump over, crawl inside, and shoot him repeatedly until they're unrecognizable.
I feel like that violates some kind of convention.
You're violating my ears with your clapback. Get driving, driver.
In this part, Jax somehow pulls out a shotgun and threatens to shoot the marble bandits until there's nothing left of them. And hey, man, that's really harsh. From this scene alone, it's obvious that Jax's behavior has significantly worse compared to the first episode. His boundaries are expanding more and more, and it means he feels like he can do whatever he wants. For example, he shouts and orders Gangle around if she's nobody. And how he manipulates her, making her obey his making her obey his commands. The limits of what is permitted for Jax are becoming larger and larger. Guys, remember how in the first part,
I'm fine with doing whatever, as long as I get to see funny things.
Jax said he didn't care what happened to the others as long as he had fun. And that's really scary, because of moments like these and his phrases. I have a hypothesis that Jax used to be a cruel maniac, and considering the kid wiped out memories of the past, so Jax doesn't remember that. And that explains Jax's behavior. That's why he likes cruelty, rough jokes, and everything like that. And that's why he smiled when he threatened to destroy the marble bandits with a smile on his face. But we'll think about who Jax was before the circus a little later. For now, let's look at the next moment.
Pomni, I'm sure there's some way you could help out here. Maybe when we catch up to them, we could...
Gotta be assertive, like this.
Jax!
Next, Jax, as if nothing happened, throws Pomni out of the car, not even thinking about what will happen to her next. Although, in essence, hardly anything will happen to her, cause she can't die. And even if Pomni gets lost, Kate will still teleport her back to the circus. Kinger told us about it. However, if Pomni hadn't grabbed onto the bandit car and fallen onto the road, she would have simply been waiting for Kane to save her. And then her impression of the circus and her friends might have worsened. And then she would have suffered even more from depression and maybe become abstracted. At the beginning of the series, Pomni dreamed about how she became abstracted in a dream, and then we saw that she was seriously depressed. Who knows, maybe if she hadn't gone on a journey with Kane, she might have become abstracted, you know?
Oh, hey, maybe I didn't leave the gate unlocked for nothing after all.
What? I thought he was dead! You still did that? Okay, wait. You did what now?
Well, love to help you again sometime. Bye!
Jax purposely or accidentally left the gates open, letting the Fudge inside. And considering that before this, the Fudge talked about how he ate candy citizens of the kingdom, Jax destroyed the entire kingdom and its inhabitants with his own hands. And oh my god, he even likes it! Although on the other hand, he understands that this whole kingdom, including mannequins and Princess Ulalu, are just regular NPCs, which created by Cain, and they would have disappeared anyway, cause Cain would simply delete this world after our heroes complete the task, and that's a fact. But oh my gosh, Darius, it's really cruel. I think this is too cruel an act. Guys, shout your opinion in the comments. Do you think I'm right in this situation or Jax? We've got all the negative side situations with Jax. And now let's look at all the positive moments with him. And then we'll decide what kind of Jax he really is and who Jax was before. Firstly, in defense of Jax, I can say that even though his jokes harshly with his friends, I think Jax will understand that no matter how he teases them, nothing will happen to them. Just look at Ragatha! She was pierced through and she was fine. Or in this moment when Kira and Ragatha were stabbed with a lot of knives. But they're fine. All because Cain made them immortal. So no one could get hurt. And now with this, Jax constantly jogs around and adds adrenaline to any adventure. As you can see, when it comes to Cuff mode, Jax looks upset and sad, which doesn't suit Jax at all. I think he is really upset about his friend's death, but he doesn't want to show it. Personally, I don't know, but it seems if Jax doesn't care about anyone, then why did he look sad at that moment? And then he pretended like he didn't care and quickly went to his room. So Jax still feels bad for his friend. And he's still capable of experiencing positive emotions. And that explains everything. That's why Jax started behaving rudely and letting loose in the last episode. Jax is the only one, besides Cain, who understands that if he gives into emotions, the same thing could happen to him as with Capmo, and they came without hesitation would destroy him. So that's why, to keep from going crazy, Jax adds interest to the adventures in the digital circus. Therefore, we can come to conclusion that if we weren't for Jax, all the Cain's adventures would be boring and uninteresting. Jax understands this and deliberately behaves this way. He could probably enjoy it, but deep down, he understands that he also has to behave this way and add color to the life of our heroes, so they don't become abstracted. And after this, I think you guys will look at Jax completely differently. We've dug really deep and you've understood who Jax really is and why he behaves like that. After all, as Sun in the first episode of the Digital Circus, you're bound to go insane by doing them day after day after day after, and Jax understands that. To save his friends' lives, he deliberately annoys them so they don't get bored. Cause negative emotions are also emotions. And actually very strong ones. So essentially, Jax is the kindest character in the Digital Circus. He constantly saves his friends from becoming abstracted. Didn't expect that conclusion. I also didn't fully understand how I came to this conclusion. Guys, share your opinion right in the comments what you think about it. Is my rabbit theory true or not? By the way, Jax even doesn't know who his friends were before they ended up in the Digital Circus. So in fact, he doesn't have to love them in anyways. But at the same time, he understands that if everyone becomes abstracted, he will be left all alone and die of boredom. So sooner or later, he will also fall into depression and become abstracted. That's why Cain, by the way, creates new challenges to entertain our guys. Cause after all, if our heroes die of boredom, then Cain will be left all alone forever. Wow guys, I didn't think we would come to such a deep thought. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss new rabbit theories. And you can watch this episode on the left. It's also very interesting.